In this lecture, we want to talk about consumers, producers, and the efficiencies of markets. This is lecture 7. It also follows your textbook, chapter 7. First thing, take a look at these key terms that we will learn about in this chapter. The two key probably are number 3, the consumer or buyer surplus value. We shorten that to consumer surplus. We also talk about producer or seller surplus value. We also shorten that to producer surplus. Remember, when we talk about economic surplus, we talk about consumers. Sometimes we refer to buyers or consumers, same thing. We also talk about producers or sellers. We use those terms interchangeably. We also remember that value does not necessarily equal price. Whenever there's a sale, there's one price and two values: the value that the buyer assigns and the value that the seller assigns. Let's take a look at a value spectrum for pizza that we start at 0, a price of 0, up to a price of 100. Now, if a buyer values the pizza at 60 and a seller values it at 40, that range we refer to as the value range. As long as the price falls somewhere in that range, a sale will occur. If the price is too high, it means that it's above what a buyer is willing to pay for it. If the price is too low, it means it's below what a seller is willing to sell it for. The value's got to be somewhere in that range in order for a sale to occur. As long as it's between 40 and 60, the pizza will get sold. As long as that price is somewhere in that range, the buyers and the sellers can come to an agreement because they're both creating value in the transaction. We measure the potential value, or the economic value, is the difference between the buyer value and the seller value. In this case, it would be 60 minus 40, or 20. We have a value creation of 20 potentially with this sale. This area here, above price and below the buyer's value, we refer to that as the buyer or consumer surplus value. This area below the price and above the seller value, we refer to that as the seller or producer surplus value. And both those values put together we refer to as the total economic value.